everyone and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I thought that I would do a haul, but it's a little bit different than the usual haul because I bought these things about 2 weeks ago and I've had the chance to use them a couple of times since then. So I thought that it would be a good opportunity to do a haul slash mini sort of review on how the products are going so far, because I find that it can be helpful to, I enjoy watching these sort of videos because I love seeing what people buy, but I also like to hear their thoughts, and it's a bit hard to know you don't know your thoughts when you just buy the product because obviously it's brand new. But once you've used them for a little bit, you can kind of get an idea about, what you think of the products. So that is what today's video is going to be. So I'm showing products from two places. The majority of it, like everything but one, is from Mecca, and then the other thing is from Target. So I'm just going to delve straight into it. So the first thing is the Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, herbs and rose water, and this is a toner. Well, it's kind of actually like a multi-purpose mist, but I personally like to use it as a toner, and I bought 2 bottles of this, but this one I haven't used yet, and then the other one I'm using and it's in my bathroom at the moment, and I didn't think it was worth holding up 2 bottles. But I bought 2 of them because they're only $10 each, which I think is really affordable considering it's such a nice product. This was a repurchase, so I have used it before, and I really like it. It's kind of just a standard, nice, refreshing mist. There's nothing really too fancy with it or anything like that. It just does what it says, and it's just really nice to use and really affordable too. The next thing is the Kate Somerville Eradicate, and this is a spot treatment. Now, I don't really own anything from Kate Somerville, but I love the names of her products. Like whenever you go in and you look at the names, I just think that she has like clever play on words with her name. And I just think that's really clever. But when I was in Mecca, I was planning on buying the Mario Badescu spot treatment thing. I don't remember what it's called, but you know the one I mean, everybody loves it. But they didn't actually have any of that. So I was asking the lady that worked there what were her other recommendations, and she said that she would actually recommend this more than the Mario Badescu one. Primarily because she said it's very, very similar, like it's the same kind of sulfur pink product, but she said this is a bit more astringent and a bit more hardcore, not to the point where it's going to burn your face off, but just it'll work a bit harder on like a whole range of spots rather than just certain types. Like she said this one will even get her hormonal breakouts, which a lot of products just won't fix. And you also get more product than the Mario Badescu one. It's the same size bottle as far as I know, but the pink like sulfur solution you get about double or almost double the amount in this one, and this one's only a little bit more expensive. So I've been using this a couple of times, as you can see from like the pink stain at the top, and so far it is really impressive. My skin is not in the best shape at the moment. I've packed on a lot of makeup, so you probably can't tell just how bad it is underneath. But I feel like this is helping, and well, at least it's helping far more than anything else I've used in the past. So in my opinion, that's a really good sign. And I'm just going to keep using it and see how it goes. It does sting sometimes if the spot is like irritated. And also I had some spots like right under my eyes and it's still like a bit flaky and gross, but this cleared spots up within you could notice a difference when you woke up the next morning. But the spots that were really close to my eyes, when I'd put this on, it would make my eyes water for a little bit because it's quite powerful, but it goes away after like 30 seconds or something. And it definitely doesn't like deter me from using it. I try and close my eyes to, soften the blow. The next and last skincare item that I bought from Mecca was the Origins Out of Trouble 10-minute mask to rescue problem skin. And I was going to buy the charcoal one, and I still might go back and buy that at some point. But I was talking to the same lady again, and we were tossing up, between which to get. And then in the end she recommended this one to me because it has quite a few helpful ingredients that are just gonna come and do what they need to do on your face. In order to fix your problem skin, hence why it's called Out of Trouble and etc. The mask, this was about $40, which I don't think I've I may have spent that on a mask before, but I'm normally quite hesitant to spend a lot on skincare, which is a bit silly because I always buy these like cheaper products that just don't really work, and I would probably save money and time in the long run by just investing in better skincare. So I'm starting to try and do that more where I can, without like spending all of my money, obviously. But I really, really like this. It smells quite medicinal. Like, it's got sulfur in it as well, amongst other things, so it has that kind of not very nice scent to it, but it works. Like, I've used it a couple of times now, and as soon as you put it on your skin, you can just feel it, like it goes kind of warm and you can feel it working, and then the next day you wake up and your skin looks clearer. To be honest, even when you take the mask off, your skin looks clearer and feels smoother, and it just is a face mask that works. So I'm more than happy to pay a bit more for something that's actually going to work. So I will continue reporting back on this, but so far so good. The last two things that I picked up in Mecca were these little miniatures from Urban Decay. So I just said that funny. Urban Decay. These little miniatures from Urban Decay. The first is the De-Slick Makeup Setting Spray, and it's the oil control one. There's also, like, they had miniatures of the All Nighter spray, which is like probably their most popular one, but I went for this one because oily skin is my problem, so this is meant to, you know, be more targeted for that, as well as helping your makeup last. I don't know why it has two lids, but I kind of like it. So it's just a little 30ml size. It's not the best value to get the miniatures, like it's better value to buy the full size obviously, but if you don't want to splurge $40 on a facial spray that you are not 100% sure is going to work for your skin, that's why these are the better option, and that's why I picked them up, because I really wanted to try these because they're so talked about and just so loved within the beauty community, and I just wanted to see if they would actually work for me. Now, I've only used this like once or twice, so I can't say whether it's properly working, like whether it actually helps my makeup last yet, but hopefully by the time I finish the bottle I'll have a better idea. But it's so cute and teeny, and if you travel a lot, this would be perfect. I don't travel a lot, but who doesn't love a good miniature? And then the other one is the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion, and it's just the original one. And you'd still get a really decent amount of product, and it's still got like a big, like, why is it so big actually? Like, that's massive. But you still get a decent amount of product in it, so it's not like you're spending $20 to use it 4 times or something. And once again, I just wanted to see if it would actually work, because you hear a lot of good stuff about this, but my eyelids and my face and everything is just very oily, so I want to make sure that it's even going to work on me. And once again, I've only used this a couple of times and it's worked so far, but I haven't really worn it in like hardcore conditions. So I haven't really worn it on a hot day because it's coming into winter now, so it's not very hot. And I haven't worn it when I've been like out the entire day, but I will report back on these two and how they go. So that was everything that I bought from Mecca, and then the last thing is the thing from Target, and it's the NYX HD Studio Photogenic Finishing Powder, and it's one of those like white mineral powders. It's really annoying to open. That's one thing I will complain about, is the packaging. Don't love it, but it's, yeah, it's one of those. Just tip that all down myself. Good thing it's like goes away into nothing. So I'm going to put the lid back on, but you kind of, oh, it makes that awful noise. You kind of get the gist of it. It's like that white powder. And I bought it because I have oily skin, like I keep saying, and I need to wear powder to like mattify it down, because otherwise it just gets real oily real quick and it's not pretty. But I hate looking really, really cakey and powdery and gross, and most of the powders that I have I'm kind of not loving as much as I did when I first bought them. So I thought that I'd give one of these a go just to see if using a loose translucent powder made a difference compared to just using like a transparent pressed powder, which is what I normally use, like the Rimmel one, or I use the Mineralized Skin Finish Natural from MAC. That kind of thing is what I'm used to. But I thought that I'd change it up and use this, and so far I like it. I think it keeps me a little bit more matte than the other powders that I use do, but I'm not convinced that it makes me look as healthy and glowy as what I want it to. But to be honest, I think that having that really nice glowy look has far more to do with like your water intake than it does with putting product on your skin. Like, products are great to use, but I think that I've got to focus more on what I'm putting into my body rather than what I'm just smothering on top of it. So that's like a personal revelation that I've had in the past week, and I'm trying to drink more water. So hopefully this will, like this and the fact that I'm hydrating myself more, will just mean that I glow from within. That's what I'm hoping for. As I mentioned, my skin has not been my best friend lately. Actually, it normally never is. So if you guys actually have any like tips or tricks, recommendations, products, products that you know that work, things like that, please leave them in the comments below, because I would absolutely love to know what they are and to like hear your thoughts on what you do that works for you, because I would love to have beautiful skin all the time, but at the moment that's not a thing. But I'm going to try and make that a thing. So please let me know anything, any wisdom that you have, please just pass it on to me. I am ready to hear it. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a really, really lovely day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!